Welcome to Philip TV News Update. I am Anyela Omolara. News headlines. Nigeria can't be broken. Primate Ayodele to Yoruba Nation agitator. Why Nigeria was asked to remove fuel subsidy. Kenya begins investigation into helicopter crash that killed military chief. Now the news in detail. The leader of INRI, Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayodele, has told Yoruba Nation agitators to stop wasting their time attempting to break Nigeria because it will end up as futile. Primate Ayodele stated his position on Friday in a statement made available by his media aide Osho Oluwatosin. The prophet stated that Nigeria's breakage cannot come as a result of violence, but it will still happen at God's appropriate time through a means that will be accepted by all parties. He said, at the appropriate time, there will be a referendum which everyone will agree on and not by war. While reacting to the action of Modupe Abiola Onitiri, who declared the Yoruba land as becoming a sovereign nation, Primate Ayodele described her as a failed politician seeking relevance with her involvement in the agitation for Yoruba nation. He advised her to let her ambition go, as no human has the capacity to break Nigeria. The prophet further reiterated the Nigeria's separation will come peacefully in a matured manner in 2035. Furthermore, he called on the government to punish those who are agitating for the separation of the country. Ayodele said Onitiri has no capacity to break Nigeria except for God. No man can do it on his own. He said in Tinubu's government, restructuring will be impossible. In other news, the International Monetary Fund has offered reasons for asking Nigeria to remove fuel subsidies. The Director, African Department of Funds, Abebe Selassie, offered the explanation in Washington, D.C., United States. It was stated that fuel subsidies tend to benefit the rich more and not the poor and vulnerable in Nigeria. It's the poorest segment of society that are losing out, and resources could instead be used to improve conditions for poorer people instead of accruing to the rich people. Applauding the government for the steps the government took to reduce the extent of subsidies as the direction of travel seemed to aim at removing the subsidies and use the resources to provide social protection for the most vulnerable household. Finally, Kenya's government has dispatched a team to investigate the helicopter crash which killed military leader General Francis Ogola and 9 others. It wasn't immediately obvious what caused the crash. General Ogola was one of 12 people on a military plane that crashed in the country's northwest on Thursday afternoon shortly after takeoff. The bodies of those who perished were taken to Nairobi, and 2 survivors are being treated at a hospital. The 4-star general will be buried on Sunday at his home in western Siaya County, his family has said. President William Ruto also announced 3 days of national mourning, saying the deaths were a moment of great sadness for the country. General Ogola was appointed Kenya's Chief of Defense Force in April last year. Mr. Ruto described his chief military advisor as a gallant officer who had died in line of duty. General Ogola first joined the Kenya Defense Forces on 24 April 1984, according to the Kenyan Defense Ministry's website. He was due to mark 40 years in the military network. He was due to mark 40 years in the military network. Stay with us for more news update. I am Anyela Omolara.